That's Andy. I'm Blair. We are at Camden Yards. I think it's Oriole Park at Camden Yards for the American League Championship Series between the Orioles and the Royals. This is who I had in the ALCS before the season. I don't know about you. Not really. Not really. Hey, look, it's great. Both teams, somebody who hasn't been in the World Series since the 1980s is going to be in the World Series. The Orioles haven't been there since '83, the Royals since '85. Royals sent James Shields to the mound, game one. Andy, he's had 2 playoff starts. The Royals won both games, but James wasn't the big game James in those games.
He was definitely, obviously, his struggles in the wild card game are well documented. I think he was charged with 4 runs, although only 2 occurred when he was on the mound. And then the other night, against Anaheim, he was decent. He went 6 innings, he only gave up 2, but he was under stress. It was a really stressful evening. Lots of traffic on the bases, needed some, big plays from his defense. He's pitched well at this park. He's pitched well against this team this year and in the past, so he's obviously not going to be cowed by the moment. But it is, it's going to be interesting to see if he can turn in sort of a vintage James Shields performance, or if it's more of a scuffling type of thing.
Like he had in Detroit and New York in the last month of the season. Well, let's talk about this park. This is a little bit different. It's very different than Kauffman Stadium. What is it about this park? Royals hitters seem to love it.
Well, it's right out there. Right field is wonderful to hit into, and actually left field. It's all good. The whole park is great. You can pan. It's a great park to hit. But it's the weather. The weather will be a factor tomorrow. But normally, the ball flies here, especially during the summer. It's a place. They're playing a team in the Orioles who are built around home run power. The Royals obviously are not, although they've shown some signs of that, especially with Eric Hosmer looking like he's ready to break out. So, obviously that plays into the Orioles' advantage. But for the Royals, the key thing is that they're going to give up home runs, make sure they're solo home runs. They did a pretty good job against that against the Angels. They need to replicate that here this week.
All right, so Game 1 ALCS at Camden Yards Friday at 7:07 first pitch. Follow it on TBS, but follow it really in the Kansas City Star and online at kansascity.com.